This is a message for Dan Sobel. This is Austin's father. In my first video, I addressed you and your behavior and how you had harassed my son. At the end of that first video, I also gave you a warning. I said that if I needed to, I would contact the authorities and make a report about your online behavior where you're harassing people and doing all sorts of other inappropriate things. You were sent a notification about that video. I know this. So either you chose to completely ignore it, ignore the notification, or you watched that video and chose to ignore my message. I'll tell you right now that you ignore my message at your own peril. I have gone back and I've looked at some of the videos that you have produced over at least the past year prior to your taking this supposed hiatus. And quite frankly, I'm very disgusted by what I see, how you rant and rave against other people. You tell them to go do certain things like, taking their fingers and doing what with it, or telling them to buy things. Why you would tell anyone to do that is beyond me. Or you are making death threats, at least 2 people that I know of from your videos. And so that's what I wish to address in this video right now. First of all, I told you, you are nobody's boss. You do not have any authority or power whatsoever to tell anybody what to do or what to buy or who to like. That's not your purview, okay? So, and I hope that anyone out there who may also be watching this video, I hope you're not gullible enough to actually listen to him and go do those things, because you're giving him way too much credit and way too much power that he does not deserve. Now, I want to go back to a couple of those points. When you made those death threats to those 2 individuals through your YouTube video, you have now committed a crime. You have kicked it up from a state charge to a potential federal charge, because those people live in other states. And because of that, now your crime is going to be looked at by a certain other body, and I'll just leave it at that, okay? And then using racial epithets and doing other inappropriate things like, again, you're licking your dog or being undressed in front of minors on a Google Meet. I mean, everyone's been talking about that. So you should know what you just did there was also a crime, because that's indecent exposure. So you've just put yourself in legal jeopardy because of that. So all the things that you've been doing, and you're a grown adult now. You said in one of your videos you're 26. So at 26, you should know better. But apparently you do not. And you don't listen well to instructions or warnings. So I'm going to tell you right now that I am going to be making that complaint with the authorities, and I'll let them handle you. That's not a threat. That's a promise. And that's a promise I intend to keep. Also, everything that you do in your rant videos, and then the people's other commentary videos on that, all you're doing is just creating a flame war. And I mean, that's your prerogative, everyone's, okay? There's no law against that, but just understand that that really does not accomplish anything. What I'm going to be doing will. So there's a big difference to be had there. And so again, you say that you're a man, you don't appreciate being called a man-child. yet you act like one. Well, okay then. If you're a man, then you can face up to the consequences of your actions like a man. Because whatever they choose to do with you, I hope you're prepared to accept that. And there's no making any excuses for that anymore. Oh yes, as for your apology videos, I don't think anyone can ever really take your word for it, okay? Because you've gone back against it in your subsequent videos. I've looked at the dates when they were posted, and so again, you don't really mean what you're saying because you keep doing the same thing over and over again. And as such, you cannot be trusted or believed. So with that, I hope that you're going to be ready to face your consequences, because they will be coming.